Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. I'm Catherine, and I'm going to be working on sketch number 1 from the Creative Memories virtual crop. I'm going a little bit out of order this time, but those who checked my community tab and voted this past week really wanted to see the Vivid Melodies collection. And so I thought, why not do 2 sketches with Vivid Melodies? I just finished a 2-page sketch with it. That was sketch number 3. And now I'm going to do one of the single-page sketches with it, sketch number 1. The first sketch was a little bit busier, and so I'm definitely going a little bit simpler this second time, even though the sketch doesn't look super simple. We're going to make it beautiful and still honor the sketch, hopefully. But let's go ahead and get things switched over here. Give me just a moment. All right. Lots of buttons to push when switching things over, and I'm figuring out that it looks better when I switch the lighting for the paper as well on my desktop. So I'm trying to do that so that way you all can see what I am working on a little bit better as well. So this is sketch number 1, and it looks just super sharp and complicated, I guess. We're going to simplify it a lot. So here are my notes, and I always try to hold it up in case somebody would like to get a screenshot of my measurements, but I will also talk you through it as I get putting the sketch together as well, go through it. I also had to look up the name of the pink paper. I called it pink in my last stream, and it is actually Jazzberry. And we're going to use the ombre sheet that has the scallops on the back of it, but we're going to keep this ombre side up. And also, I am not doing these super sharp little points on my page. If you want to, you're more than welcome to. Actually, Noreen Smith showed you how to do these using the square punch, and I thought it was really clever to do that, but I wanted to do something different, and I wanted to kind of keep things a little bit softer and also maybe pay homage to a certain holiday that is coming up next week, and you'll see towards the end. So I pulled out my decorative trimmer, and on the decorative trimmer, there's 2 blades, or 2, blades in this thing. And I took a sheet of the pink polka dot that has kind of the grid effect on the back of it. I lined it up using this wavier blade because I thought, well, that still pays homage to the sketch a little bit. And where you're going to line it up at is at the 3-inch mark. So there's a 4 here and there's a 3 that's right underneath this bar when you shut it, I guess, if you will. Let me try to hold it up and see if you all can see that on the camera. Hang on. So here is the 4 and here is the 3. So the 3 is where you're going to line your paper up. You're going to go ahead and cut it, and then you're going to flip your paper over and cut it again at that 3-inch mark, because you're going to take an inch essentially off the top and the bottom of your page using your decorative trimmer. And then I also pulled out my border maker system, and just looking at the sketch and thinking about it, it reminded me of this border maker, the mirrored scallop chain. And so I thought, well, why not use that instead of cutting a strip and then trying to put a border sticker or something else on it? I thought, why not punch out 2 of our mirrored scallop chain borders and have it ready to go. And I used the paper that has the little delicate flowers on the back of it, but I really liked the darker side and how it looked with the ombre and my other polka dots. So where did I put my tape runners? All the way over on the opposite side of the room almost. Not quite, I can still reach it. So let me go ahead and start sticking some of these things down, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what I've done. So first things first, grab your tape runner. And you don't really need a lot of tape on it. And you're kind of going to center it on your page. And for me, it's kind of easy with this ombre because you can really see where the color changes occur. And there we go. All right, our first piece is in place. And you can see where instead of having super points, I decided to have little waves and be just a little bit more delicate with the whole thing. And I'm going to grab out my parchment board. I forgot to show you all the underside of my parchment board is it's a sturdy piece of cardboard I wrapped parchment paper around, and then I used electrical tape to hold on my parchment. That way you don't have anything on the top of your board that is going to cause your tape to stick to it. And it just makes it easier when you go to use your repositionable tape on your punched out pieces. And of course, my tape runner just ran out. So let me grab my refill here because I always keep refills on hand while live streaming. It's just a good idea. So these just pop right on. You can see it has a large hole here and there's a holder for that within the tape runner holder. And you just pop it in and you're back in business. There we go. First one has enough tape. And I'm just kind of sticking it more, almost a little bit more along the outside of the punched out borders. And move this out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and run this just inside kind of our wavy effect we created on our decorative trimmer. Here we go. And there we go. So you can see I'm actually kind of following the sketch a little more than what I normally do. It's kind of fun to try something different. But like I said, I'm definitely keeping it a little bit simpler. I'm not doing all of these extra doodads. I do actually have 2 mats that I had a scrap, essentially, that was 4 inches. So I went ahead and cut it at 4 by 6, just in half. It was basically the same paper that I'm using here. I'm just going to use the opposite side, this grid side, and we're going to actually put them on our page this way because I pulled out a couple of our enameled embellishments, which is what I also couldn't quite remember the name of in my last video, so I apologize for that. I looked that up as well, and they are enameled embellishments. That was a bonus product, so you got them free when you purchased the Vivid Melodies bundle. Decorative bundle is what it was called. It wasn't the buy it all bundle in 2022 like it is in 2023. But it was the decorative bundle, and you got these enameled embellishments free. And so we're going to make use of some of these just in time for Valentine's Day. I thought they would make really cute title on our page and just add some extra sweetness to it as well. So here, I'm going to put the sweetness up here. All right, let's see if I'm getting these on here straight even, because once you stick it, that's going to be it. I feel like this one's crooked. Am I a little bit off? I think so. Okay, let me grab where did I put my multi-purpose tool? Over here. Like I said, you see it in almost every video. It's inevitable that I need to use my multi-purpose tool, but I love this thing. It makes it so much easier to get these pages up if you do put it off a little bit and it starts to bug you like it does me. It seems like reasonably frequently here. But if you use your regular tape runner, you can get these off if you go pretty quickly after you've stuck it down. There we go. And I think it was just that the grid looked like it was off a little bit. Okay, there we go. Feel better about that. And then here's our heart, our little love with the hugs and kisses in the heart. And I was thinking about putting this up here, but now I'm wondering if I should put it over here. Let's put it kind of centered over this top part here. And if you want, you can put foam squares under it, but I don't know if those would show through. So we're just going to go ahead and go without the foam squares. We're going to get that on there. There we go. So we have our cute Valentine's page that we took and softened up sketch number 1 and used our Vivid Melodies and our decorative trimmer to just make a sweet and simple page ready to go for our Valentine's Day pictures. There we go. So that is done for tonight. I think 2 sketches is it. That's all you're going to get for today. And I will be with you again at some point this weekend. I do have a couple of family commitments, so I'm not sure exactly when I'll be back with you. But thank you so much for watching, and keep an eye out for sketch number 2 and 4, since I'm a little bit out of order this time. But have no fear, all 4 sketches will get done over this weekend. Until next time.